Asian stocks, which rose broadly today, tracking Wall Street's overnight rise to record highs as investors digested the Federal Reserve's message for careful interest rate cuts, even with expectation for big fiscal spending under incoming President Donald Trump. Asia-Pacific stocks were on track for a 3.1% rally this week after quickly recovering from a knee-jerk dip on U.S. election night, which spurred worries of debilitating trade tariffs, not least in China. Mainland Chinese blue chips were up 0.5% after a 3% surge on Thursday. Hong Kong's Hang Seng gained 1%. Japan's Nikkei added 0.25%, up 3.7% for the week. Australia's stock benchmark climbed 1%, and Taiwan's benchmark gained 0.7%. Global stocks led by Wall Street are headed for a 3.3% weekly advance and stand at a record high. Investor expectations that Trump would lower corporate taxes and loosen regulations sent all three major Wall Street indexes to record peaks on Wednesday. And the S&P 500 and Nasdaq extended those highs on Thursday, with Federal Chair Jerome Powell signaling continued patient policy easing. The Dow ended flat. We move now to China, where the display of VR is one of the highlights of the U.S. Soybean Export Council's pavilion, as it showcases the sustainable agricultural practices adopted by American soybean farmers. The soybean trade is one of the key sectors for Chinese and American trade, and even a barometer of the relationship between the two countries. Although it has seen some decline in recent years, the American Soybean Association still sees growth potential and hopes the governments from both sides could push for that trend. Trade in food and agricultural products is one of the most important sectors of trade between China and the U.S.
We would love to see open trade completely between both of our countries, absolutely. So I think that we need to look beyond some of those trade barriers that may not necessarily be agriculture related, maybe even politically related, but we certainly see the importance of that as American growers.
Our countries enjoy each other's food products. I think the whole aspect of the modernization of the supply chain for food and agriculture in China is improving tremendously. It's also an area where our companies can contribute.
Strong competition in the market, and there are really new challenges in the market, and we believe that that strong competition is good because it's good for the customer. It brings innovation to the customer, and we are part of that competition. And Audi has been a pioneer in the Chinese market.
Crude oil prices fell slightly today as the risk that a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico will significantly affect U.S. oil and gas output declined, while the market weighs how President-elect Donald Trump's policies might affect supplies. U.S. West Texas Intermediate fell to sell at $71.36 per barrel, with a downward price margin of 1.38%. Brent crude futures also experienced a downward price review of 1.18% to sell at $74.74 per barrel. Body Light sells at $78.62 per barrel, with a downward price review of 2.84%. And for the OPEC basket, crude oil dealers have offered $73.94 per barrel, with a price decline of 0.11%.